differentiate like capped and uncapped. Have differentiated, and they also have mentioned the overseas players, and
Uh-huh.
this helps to find like as a first bowler they don't have any like they have experienced first bowlers in the squad. This is why I made this in this format. But anyway, you
Mhm.
take it
I
ahead.
think this is primarily a good format, in fact, to work on. So regarding Delhi, I think their buy of the auction was David Warner. Getting David Warner at that price is very very
Criminal,
fortunate. Is very very fortunate for
criminal.
them. And the reason why they got it was because franchises were looking to save purse, and
Mhm.
that way I would say David Warner and Prithvi Shaw is an opening combination I am really looking to for this year's IPL. This if both of them fire, it will be a treat to watch. It will be an absolute treat to watch.
Okay, so
So
should we directly go to the playing 11 or
let's go to the
predictions?
playing 11 and talk about I mean take it from there.
Yeah, yeah, that
Ha
is better. So Prithvi Shaw is opening with David Warner,
right. So
and
right.
then comes
So
Mitchell Marsh.
so I would say David Warner is so basically they Delhi lost Dhawan to Punjab. So
Yes.
Warner fills in more than that void. So you have a left-right opening combination going in with Prithvi Shaw. Both of them good, decent attacking players. Mitchell Marsh, they have. I mean, DC has picked as a replacement for Iyer. Now Mitchell Marsh performed fantastic way in the T20 World Cup. In fact, he was the sole reason. He was the sole bearer of Australia, to be very honest.
Yeah,
But
it is.
yeah,
That is true. But then again, my problem with Mitchell Marsh is in IPL. I'm talking about IPL. That
mhm.
you never know when he will be fit, when he will not be fit.
That's the only problem. The fitness issues of Mitchell Marsh is an issue, and the moment you are moving away from Mitchell Marsh and looking at possible backups that
Mm-hmm.
these DC may have, you are looking
Mm-hmm.
at okay, you are looking at Yash Dhul, you are looking at Ashwin Hebbar, decent players, but still unproven at these levels. Yash Dhul recently scored a couple of centuries in the Ranji
I mean,
Trophy in his Ranji Trophy
he is only
debut.
the third player to
Right, right, right.
give this
Uh,
bit.
Absolutely. I think decent, but you cannot rely on them as backups, so to say. So Mitchell Marsh, okay. So let's keep him in the playing 11. I think he
Yeah.
would definitely
Okay.
start off. Uh, right now,
Next we have
number
Rahman Powell
four.
slash
Right,
Mandeep
right.
Singh. Okay.
Right. Rovman Powell, I think, had a fantastic outing against India. He, my only
Especially the
point.
second T20.
Right. He had a very good outing. He was hitting those like of the bottom of the bat, and he was clearing Eden Gardens. So I would say he's a no brainer pick in the Delhi squad as far as he's concerned. So the reason why I have had Mandeep Singh is because I have somebody else later just to adjust the overseas players
Okay.
configuration.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So next, I think we move on to Rishabh Pant. Of course,
And he's the
he is
captain.
the captain and the wicket
I
keeper.
forgot to mention that.
Right,
That's
that's
alright. He's
okay.
the captain.
He is the
And
captain.
the wicket keeper will be he as well.
Rishabh Pant. He'll be
No
the wicket
brainer.
keeper.
Okay,
Right, right.
Sarfaraz Khan is at number six.
Sarfaraz Khan has, I think, also scored a century. Just in the Ranji Trophy in the first league of matches that got played. So Sarfaraz Khan, I think, is a decent player. He has been a bit inconsistent in the IPL level. He just needs to get a longer run,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
needs to have the captain's confidence. So he has moved
Yeah.
around the order a bit. He has batted at 4. He has batted at 6. He just needs to find his feet, and he just needs to be given time. And
Okay.
in this Delhi squad, I think he'll be having time. So we can move ahead.
Okay. We'll move ahead to Shardul Thakur at number seven.
Uh, so Shardul Thakur, I think, is a decent number 7 batter. He in fact is of the genre of Deepak Chahar.
Yeah.
He
Even Delhi went for Deepak Chahar in the auction, I think.
I think Delhi would be heaving a sigh of relief because Deepak Chahar is severely injured in the last T20.
Well,
So
I saw that live. I mean. You
Mm-hmm.
might. It was
Right.
really
So.
we were like from the I'm talking about the third T20 international where I
Mm-hmm.
was at the Eden Gardens, and
Mm-hmm.
when Deepak Chahar couldn't, he got that nickel. I mean, nickel at the and I we were like the up to match guy. He's gone,
Right, right, right.
but
Because Deepak
thankfully,
Chahar has been an integral part. I think India is planning for Deepak Chahar at 7 in the T20 World Cup, and if they can do that, I mean, if Deepak Chahar can live up to that expectations,
Mhm.
India is going to go with a fantastic balanced team in the T20 World Cup later this year.
Okay, we'll
So
talk more
let's
about
move
that
ahead.
in
Ha
future
ha
episodes.
ha ha. Right.
Then we have Aksar
Akshar
Patel. I
Patel.
mean,
So straight away you see something. Akshar Patel comes in at 8. So straight away you have like more than
eight
decent
like
batting.
batting. Yeah,
Eight
batting
batsmen
depth is
because
very good.
absolutely. So this is a fantastic part of DC squad this year. Like then you have Naughty at 9. Of course he'll be the leader of the bowling attack, leader of the pace attack.
Hmm.
And then we move on. The next player, right? We have
Okay, now I see
Khalil
why.
Ahmed. So see, the idea is DC is a franchise, or rather, I would say Rishabh Pant as a captain. What I have found is
Mhm.
in the last season as well as the season before, always has preferred two overseas fast bowlers to as the option, because then
Okay.
what happens is you can have. It's not like you are saving the overseas fast bowlers option two at the power play and two at the slog over. So that is not happening. So
Okay.
I would say that that is, I mean, that way, if they want to play two fast bowlers, you have Enric Nortier and Lungi NGD.
Hmm.
Uh, Otherwise, if and then you have to play Mandeep Singh up at the top, and that is
Yeah.
one.
So if Powell,
Huh,
you're saying that if Robman Powell is playing, then Khalil Ahmed plays, and
right,
vice
right, right.
versa. Okay.
My choice would be first choice 11 would be to play Rovman Powell, because otherwise what happens is you have Rishabh Pant as the sole finisher. Sarfaraz Khan a bit
All right.
patchy. Mandeep Singh
Yeah.
again
The
a bit
finishing doesn't look
incomplete.
so reliable. Yeah.
Right, right, right. So I would have Rovman Powell and would play Khalil. Khalil is a decent bowler who he bowls in the power play. He's left armor, adds variety to the I mean squad.
Squad. Yeah.
uh, the only problem that I let's say find, let's say that would be nitpicking. I think Delhi had so let me first say Delhi is one of the best teams. I think Delhi, at least on paper after the auction,
Yeah.
is
On
looking one
paper,
of
one of the
the
best teams. Yeah.
top two teams to me on paper, mind you, right? So
Okay.
that way I would say that Delhi is looking very good. So if I have to
Very
name.
balanced to be.
Right,
If you
right.
look
Very
at it,
balanced.
very
So
balanced.
if you see you have options, bowling options. So you have so five full-time bowlers. You have Shardul
Mm-hmm.
Thakur, Akshar Patel, Naughty, Khalil Ahmed, Kuldeep Yadav. Then
Mm-hmm.
you have Mitchell Marsh and Rovman Powell.
Okay.
So you have the sixth and seventh bowling option. So again, you are stepping in onto the field with seven bowlers and eight batsmen. That's what you want at T20 international. The problem I would say with DC is that this
Yeah.
again I'm nitpicking. The problem is the spin department. Aksar Patel is a good bowler, is a good containing bowler. Uh, they are relying a lot
Wicket
on.
taking spinner you are talking about.
Right. They're relying a lot on Kuldeep Yadav. So mind you, they don't have any wicket taking overseas spinner as well. So they are relying a lot on Kuldeep Yadav,
Or will
who has not been on in his best, even in the domestic as well as international scenario. So who has they got as a backup for Kuldeep Yadav? I think it's Praveen Dubey. Right. Praveen Dubey is the other backup of Kuldeep Yadav. So then
okay.
again, Praveen Dubey is not the kind of a player who has made his presence felt in the IPL level. So
Mm-hmm.
if Kuldeep has a bad season, then DC's middle overs will be a bit of a problem in terms of bowling. This is middle overs will be a bit of a bottleneck. They may have to work around, their combinations a bit. They may have to replace Kuldeep Yadav with Chetan Sakaria. So then
Mm-hmm.
they get to bowl Lungi NGD in the middle overs and control with pace. But then again, the form of Kuldeep will play a huge role in DC's fortunes this year.
Okay. So from this DC, I think we'll move to the next team. All right.